We hide the things about ourselves that we deem unacceptable to society. But I say we take a closer look.
So, I wanted to vent about affirmative action in Hollywood and the subversion of the United States by woke leftists, and basically how like all these Disney movies, they keep recreating old fairy tales with they're taking out all the white characters and making them people of color, and but try to not get banned off YouTube on this video. But honestly, I don't really give a fuck. But the reason why they're doing this is because basically the founding principles of the United States, it was founded by Christian white people, Christian white men. And we live in this narcissistic globalist world where, as long as there is a country operating under the principles of God, whether you believe in God or not, it that is the best way to run a society. Because if you run a society that doesn't believe in God, they're gonna make something else their God, and if you make something else your God, whether God is real or not, whatever you make your God is definitely not God, and you're doomed to fail if like you're following something of that. But basically, the reason people don't like white people in movies is because white people represent what the world used to be like, and the United States used to be like. It used to have like morals and values and principles, and it used to have character. It used to be great. That's why they hate Trump so much, because he did that slogan, "Make America Great Again," because it was acknowledging that the United States used to be great and it's not anymore. It was like so true on so many levels. It pisses them off, and that's why they're getting rid of these white characters. They're trying to recreate everything to make it not white and make it feminist at the same time, because white men in the modern world are the best representation of excellence. Now, not the white men that are not in the modern world, but like, post World War II to back to the Revolutionary War, like, so basically from 1776 till like the 1960s, white men were the kings of the world. Every great nation was built by white men in the entire world. We conquered the world and created the modern world. Now, we got too comfortable, gave women rights to vote, and it's went downhill ever since. But they're trying to destroy every remnant of it, because, and this is what gets me, like, this isn't like, it does get on my fucking nerves, and it's not even because I'm a white guy. I am a white guy, but what gets on my nerves is it's like, I'm not a white supremacist. I don't think that white men are superior to anyone. It's just, in history, white men were the best, and everyone knows it. And what gets me are the people of color and the women that, instead of just looking at what they did and appreciating it for what it is, they want to just try to impose themselves in it. and make it like, you know what I mean? It's like dealing with a narcissist. Like they fucking narcissists are actually extremely insecure, and they hate the person that they're trying to destroy because they're jealous of them. And that's basically what's happening to white men in the world today is everyone hates them because they're jealous that they're not as good as them. So they're trying to destroy them. And that's like really pathetic and sad. And it's just like, instead of trying to destroy white men, why don't you just like try to like learn from them? And don't get me wrong, like there are white men that are like fucking pathetic losers, and there always has been. But in general, like the greatest nations, the most prosperous nations in the world, and just the best places are founded by white men, like especially Christian white men, and that's why they're hated so much. And honestly, dude, I'm kind of just fucking over hearing people bitch about it. Um, Anybody that has a problem with me because I'm white, straight, a man, Christian, any of that shit, I really don't give a fuck. Like, you need to go fuck yourself. Like, quit crying. I don't care. I don't owe you anything because you're less fortunate than me. I don't give a, and even if I did, I still wouldn't give a fuck. Um, and the nagging and blaming and just the victim mentality you hear from everybody, just like that isn't white or whatever. It's really getting fucking old, and it's literally to the point where it's like I could give a fuck less about anyone that like spews that bullshit. Like if you're a woman or a minority, I don't care. I don't care about your struggles. I don't care that you're not happy. I don't give a fuck. Um, and you need to quit blaming and begging and like grow up and figure it out, because like, yeah, most white people aren't going to be honest with you and tell you how they feel, and they probably will back down to being called racist and shit like that. But that's what the problem is because once these women and these minorities do scare all the white people away and then they take over, you can kiss the modern world goodbye. Like, you can kiss all the luxuries goodbye. Like, minorities and women are not capable of running countries, and if they ever do take over, you might as well just consider that place over. It's just like Democrat cities, like that's what they are. They're run by women and minorities with a victim mentality, and they just turn into ghetto shitholes. And if the anywhere that spreads to, like even if it's on like a nationwide scale or like global scale, like whenever like if there's ever non-white people running a place, especially African Americans, it's doomed to turn into a ghetto shithole. And anybody that, and even if you are a minority or a woman, and you don't like you might be listening to me saying, thinking you agree with what I'm saying, but if you don't speak out on it, it doesn't matter. So, like, my message to anybody, whether you're a minority, white, black, whatever, like, what I'm talking about in this video, yeah, it's politically incorrect, but it's correct in general. Everyone knows what I'm saying in this video is true, but we've been so conditioned to not be allowed to say it that, like, most people's first reaction would be to talk shit or call me racist. But it has literally nothing to do with racism because everything I'm saying is fucking true and everyone knows it. And people need to just start speaking out about it, because it's like, or not, it doesn't really fucking matter. I'm just saying, like, I don't really want to watch the whole world turn into a piece of shit ghetto, which is probably going to happen anyway, because like nobody gives a fuck what I have to say. But you know, if enough people speak out against it, maybe it'll change. I don't know. I doubt it, but the problem is that too many. My thing is it's not whether or not it does succeed. My thing is like the people that aren't saying anything, they're not saying it because they don't think that it's going to succeed. They're not saying it because they're too pussy to say it. And yeah, that's what gets me. Is it's just like we're just going to let the whole world burn because people are afraid to be called racist. Like, it doesn't, nothing surprises me at this point. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happens, but hey, I'm a white dude and I'm fucking saying it, so suck my balls.